Hi, friends. Something I've been realizing lately is just how much I have been honestly harming my business because I wasn't thinking of myself as a founder and I wasn't thinking of myself as an executive, right? Let me explain, right? I own a marketing agency, Kalyna Marketing, and I initially started it out as a freelancer, just doing some marketing work, and then eventually there was too many client projects, right? Some of the client projects were too big. I couldn't do it anymore on my own. So I started hiring help. And that was fine, right? At some point, I decided, okay, this is going to be an agency. I'm going to take this seriously. But the problem was I never fully grew or transitioned to the role of a person actually running a company. Yes, I've had a team for over a year now. Yes, I've had a company name. Yes, we've done a bunch of projects. Yes, I talk as if I'm a founder. But really, if I look at the things I've been thinking about, the things I've been saying, the things I've been interested in, even the content that I had been consuming for myself and the things that I focused on learning, I have mostly been thinking as a marketer, as a marketing practitioner, as a consultant, right? As an individual, rather than thinking as a founder, as an executive, as a CEO, as a person leading a business, as a freaking business person, right? I'm a business marketer, but I don't think I'm used to thinking of myself as a business person. And you think, okay, right, what does it take to be a founder? You have a company, you have a team, you have clients, their line of business. Isn't that it? Like, as long as you have a functioning business, it brings in money, you're a real business owner. Yeah, sure, on paper, but in your head, you're not, right? And I have been realizing lately just how blind I have been to my own bias, right? I mean, here, just for an example, right? I have this bookshelf behind me, and you won't see most of the books, but I have so many books about just the practitioner tactical aspects of marketing work, right? Like, here's a random selection from one of my shelves. This is a lot of books, and these books are about writing, they're about research, they're about presenting ideas, they're about marketing, some of them, and all of them fall on the floor. But other than that, they're all about doing marketing work, right? Somebody who is a founder like me of a marketing specific business will find them useful, but so would somebody that's just doing marketing work in-house, right? Somebody working within an agency, right? One of my freelancers might find it useful. Somebody working full-time at a different agency could find them useful. Somebody who is just a marketing manager, director of marketing, maybe VP of marketing in a bigger organization. These are all skills that apply across all of these levels. And what I had been missing is the layer that is unique to my role as a founder of a marketing-centric company, right? What are the things that I need to think about that somebody that's in-house, on a bigger team, freelancing, doesn't have to think about, right? What is the difference between being a marketing-centric employee and a marketing-centric founder? And that has not been apparent. I often felt like I was not really in a sphere of equals when I talked to other founders that weren't agency owners, right? They would talk about all of these business things like revenue and profit margins and headcounts and processes and I don't know what else. And my brain would just shut down, right? I could only really conceive of these topics whenever I thought about client research, right? Because we would often write content for executives, right, on behalf of executives or for executive audiences. And I'd research all of these sites, right? I'd read all of the leadership content. I'd listen to leadership, founder, entrepreneur podcasts, videos. I'm familiar with the terms, right? And I look at business books as much as any other book nerd with a business probably does. Yet, when I looked at those business books or that content, I always had this filter in my head of, this isn't really for me. I feel like an imposter. This is for people running real companies, right? This is for real founders. I'm not a real founder. And I don't know where that belief came from. Well, I guess it's the low self-esteem and the mental health issues, probably. But it's been so insidious. You know, I didn't actually call myself a CEO of my own company until a prospective client's lawyer commented on our contract draft going, "Who is Maria? Why is she on this contract? And can we get the CEO to sign?" And I sat there being like, well, I'm the CEO, but I guess I haven't made that clear, right? I'm just operating almost as a free-floating agent, yes, attached to a company, but not really admitting to the responsibility, right, of having to have a vision, of having to drive a company culture forward, of having to build a team, right? I decided a long time ago that I wasn't interested in being a solo founder. I wasn't trying to run like a tiny operation with one person. Sure, I don't want like a mega company with thousands of employees, but I do want a team. I do want employees. I do want to scale. I do want to grow, and I like managing. Yet I still was too scared to fully admit to it. And lately, a variety of forces has been pushing me that way, and it's funny how liberated I feel, right? So I've started working with somebody who's advising me pretty closely, who is an agency founder with more experience than me, has scaled agencies way more than, anything I've seen, and just talking to this person, right? And hearing the questions they ask, having them challenge me, right? Why do you think that? Why do you believe that your agency is this way? Why is it good to do customer research? Why do you think you're at the forefront of the industry, right? Why are you going after these clients, right? And even the basic questions like, where's your sales pipeline? Like, this isn't a pipeline. This spreadsheet you have in your Notion database, that's not a pipeline. What are you tracking? Have you ever done financial planning? I'm like, I don't know, maybe, right? And just that back and forth, and having another executive look at me as an equal while solving business problems, that has broken my mind, right? I'm suddenly realizing, wait, all of these things I've ever learned about executives, hearing from talking to them, right, being around them all the time, researching that audience, all of that actually does apply to me. I can think like a business. I don't have to just think about marketing. I can also think like a founder. I can think about the business concepts. I can think about operations. I can think about culture. I can think about the kind of pipeline I want. I can think about what I want to optimize in terms of project management or client delivery, right? I can think about, how do I pitch better? How do I manage internal communications, right? How do we improve client communications, not just as Maria with Maria's skills, but Maria leading a company and teaching a team to do that. It doesn't always have to be me, right? And that's freaking liberating. I don't know where I'm going with this other than, if you are somebody that does own a business, right? Or if you've recently gone into consulting for yourself, or if you're considering it, beware of the mindset trap, right? You might, in all practical terms, end up being a founder, but until your brain actually processes that and you change that internal label from I am a consultant or a practitioner of the marketing craft to I am a founder who runs a marketing business, you're probably going to get in your way a lot. And I have a lot of things to fix and improve. So back to work.